You must understand the purpose of these clothes: sun protection, radiation protection. The purpose of clothes, the purpose of any coverings, whether over you cover your head or cover your body, is a protection against radiation, the sun game. Also, when you see this Arab situation and you see some of the definition of the word Arab, it says inhabitant of the desert. Yeah. Some of the definitions of the word Arab is inhabitants of the desert. But here's the contradiction in that. Some of the definitions of the word desert means states uninhabitable. It says uninhabitable. So one of the definitions of desert is uninhabitable, and one of the definitions of the word Arab is inhabitant of the desert. You hear the contradiction? One of the definitions is uninhabitable, and one of the definitions of Arab is inhabitant of the desert. But let's proceed. It just shows that the power of Allah, the power of Allah, all actually, all that's that name. Arab. You have something called rabbi, and Rabbi. I mean, here's the thing. Green land existed before desert, sand. They're creating and expanding. The desert is expanding. A desert expansion. You understand? That's what logging and going for the timber and cutting down stuff is about. Remember, the rainforest, the forest makes it rain. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You understand? Okay. Look at the areas they in. Desert biome. Their home is a desert biome. And that's where you find the ectomorph. Let's run the gauntlet. All desert places. Nomadic desert ectomorph situation. So look, malignocroy, khoisands, and Aryans are ectomorph body types. Look at it. You see this? Holy shit. Oh, let's run it down. Look who had the ectomorph body types. All ticks. Desert situations. Look at the ectomorph body type. Nomadic, pastoral, herder, desert body type. Let's run a gauntlet. Slender. It means slender to build. And that's for educational purposes. This may ruffle some feathers and shake up some deserts. The Kushites is always connecting themselves to the Nilotics. As well as we heard and seen videos of the Nilotics connecting themselves to the Kushites, to the Kushetics. Remember, we seen how it was connected by ectomorph body type. Look what it say right here. Fulani, Tigray, Somali, Boran, and all these crazy stuff. It's an ectomorph body type. So when we hear the connection, I see the connection by way of body type. But then when we look at the body type map, they are all of the same body type. So it ain't that I see it. This is actually documented. You can see somebody's build. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to mention somebody's 6'2" for the reality of them to be 6'2". You know, just because we don't mention, we're just mentioning things that we don't mention, or some things you don't see because you're doing other things. You're so busy working, and you're so busy doing so much other important things, you guys. So you're gonna miss things like this. This is just comparative studies. You know what I mean? Connecting a puzzle, the tick game, body type. They have the same ectomorphic body type. So we're seeing who's the progenitor of the ectomorphic body type. You see what I'm saying? That's a bar. Hold on. Let's run the gun. Hold on. It says right there, for example, Rwanda, the Tutsi, cattle herders. See the beef? Different types of people. Look at that. Tutsi and the Hutu. Two different body types. The slendered man. You see what I'm saying? Even body type is a genetic expression. That's what people don't understand. Your body type is a genetic expression. So who's the see, remember the Kushite connects to the Nilotic, so the Kushite is second, and the Nilotic would be first of the ectomorphic body type. Let's run it down. And then look, when we begin this talking about the oldest people, and they says the Khoisan, and they point that to the light skin gene. Then we look at the SLC light skin gene as a key factor of light skin in the Khoisan situation. The gene is also responsible for the light skinned Europeans. The in and outside of Africa situation. The gene was introduced to the Khoisan. It was introduced through a back to Africa migration from Europe that occurred less than 2,000 years ago. Look. Y'all be playing too much. Let's run it down. So remember, back to diversity. So diversity means different. So when you don't have a Mezzarine nose, which is an African nose, and you don't have a Negroid skull, which is a Congoid skull, you have a different skull. It puts you in a different racial bracket. So that makes you not African. So when they say how you not African, you be like, you don't got an African skull. They be like diversity. So what type of pick a skull? Pick a skull. Let's run it down. Pick a nose. Think about it when like, yeah, you ain't got a Platyrrhine nose. They be like diversity. You like, what, do you have a Mezzarine nose or a Lipterine nose? Either way, that's one, either Asian or Caucasian. Do you have an Asian nose or a Caucasian nose? Let's run it down. When you go to the dark skin gene, it's the Congo. That's the Congo. So when they be all on that desert Nile situation and all that pyramid situation, you see what I'm saying? Nomadic herding, ectomorphic body type situation. See, that's what we don't understand. When they always mentioning people and talking about South Africa, and it has to be reference to the Khoi. East Africa, that's a reference to the Kushite. And North, that's the Nile and the Semite and the Hamite and the Nilotic. That's all ectomorphic body type. Slendered bodies. That's the slender. Remember, the slender body situation is a gene. And that's all the desert situation. That's all desert. Arid climate. Nomadic. Horses and cattle and goats and all types of lice-infested animals that's been domesticated in Mesopotamia and brought to Africa that created the desert. Remember, those animals create the desert. Then the people get to cutting down the vegetation. Then that's the, you see what I'm saying? Remember, this for educational purposes. This may rub some feathers and shake some caves. We're going to do some more. It's going to be more. We're going to part 3 to this. Part 7 is. part 50 this.